度拝礼。Mediation prayer. Page 2. Let us seek the sacred mediation of Wahiawa Konko Daiji, sincerely and wholeheartedly, each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our hearts and souls on this day, this very moment. Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama. Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine parent. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and irreverences from past generations. Guide us to amend our way of living, to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami prayer. Reverently we pray. The brilliance of heaven, riches of earth. Time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth is a life that nurtures all. In heaven and earth is a truth that works all. For these wondrous works, let us praise Senshi Kami no Kami. Let us praise the divine parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To revere Kami as a divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many, not knowing the way, are lost in greed and selfishness. They suffer cycles of misfortunes, great discomfort and sorrow. Our Holy Father, Konko Daijin, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast to faith and sincerity. He received Kami's great blessing, and began a life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray. The divine parent's wish was thus fulfilled. Konko Daijin accepted the call to mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and he did not the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieve, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and he knew not the dawning of day. Though years passed and the world changed, he did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Kenshikake, the guiding principle for our daily life. The divine favor was thus renewed, and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of the Ikigami Konko Daijin. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way, through all the hardships of this world, pain and body and soul. The way of mediation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami, without regard for day or night, whether we are near or far. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with full trust. Forgiving and aware of Kami's favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us heal those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us. We are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so we earnestly pray. Prayer for the ending of the novel coronavirus pandemic. Please refer to your handouts in your book. Ikigami Konko Daijin Sama, Kenshi Kane no Kami Sama, 池上金光大臣様、天地金の神様、we offer our hearts of appreciation for your love and virtue as we are allowed to live in this very moment. Currently, the pandemic is rapidly spreading throughout the world. The novel coronavirus pandemic is causing much concern and raising anxiety among people and nations. Thus, we offer our hearts and prayers to you to end this pandemic as soon as possible. Sadly, there are those who have passed away because of the virus, and we put our hands together to pray for their spirits' peace and salvation. We also pray for those who are infected by the virus to quickly heal and recuperate, in order that they may continue to contribute to society and the world. We pray for political, economical, and educational reform so that all the anxieties and distrust we have been harboring will dissipate and we will be blessed with societal order. For those that are suffering in the midst of this pandemic, please allow their faith to be resurrected and their livelihood to be restored. Now, that more than ever, we commit to reviving our hearts of appreciation, having a heart of calming, and praying for and guiding others. May we all be awakened to your truth, that a faith that helps others helps ourselves. Use us to help you in this crusade to end this pandemic and bring peace to this world. It is our sincere prayer that the people of this world will not only have peace of mind, but also live happily, safely, and healthily. 池上金光大臣様、天地金の神様。池上金光大臣様、天地金の神様。Dear Kiyami Konko Daijin Sama and Divine Transcendency Kind of Sama, good morning. We gather here today for this regular Sunday service on April 5th, 2020. Whether we are here in person or joining us via Facebook Live, we give thanks for this church and all of our church Ohana. In responding to the government's mandate to stay home during this COVID-19 pandemic, we have still been able to conduct our services by having the church members join us via Facebook Live instead. Thank you for the blessings of technology that enable this to be possible. Today at 10 a.m., the Konko Mission of Honolulu will be conducting their spring grand ceremony. It is unfortunate that we are not able to attend in person due to the mandate to stay home. However, we pray that their service will still be conducted in full blessedness. We will be holding our church spring grand ceremony on April 13th at 6:30 p.m. We pray for your blessings to be able to conduct the service regardless of the current pandemic situation. As we begin a brand new week, let our hearts be positive, take away any negativity that may have collected in us over the past week. May our good energy flow throughout our veins and heal us from the atomic level of our existence. At this time, let us take a moment to reflect upon our own blessedness and extend a deep prayer for people who are experiencing hardship and suffering, and that this pandemic will be over as soon as possible. We pray that the Kami-sama within all of us shine through. Thank you very much. Silent prayer. Thank you. Recitation of Tenchi Kakisuke pieces. 池上金光大臣天地金の神真に願えおかげは我が心にあり Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray. Ikiyami Konko Daishin Tenchi Kane no Kami Yoshin ni Nare. Okage wa oga kokoro ni ari, kongetsu konnichi de tanomei. Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring, in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray. Adoration Prayer, Day 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We bow our heads in prayer toward earth rich and deep. Living amid such gifts of Kami's great giving, how happy and grateful we are. The meditation of Ikiyami Konko Daishin does not stop for a single day. The protection of the divine parent embraces all far and wide. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the riches of Kami, we honor the power of Kami. Shintoku Sanji, page 29. 仰ぎ祭れば天高く仰ぎ祭れば天高く愚かみ祭れば地は厚し神の恵みに生かされる身の幸いぞありがたき我が生き神の恩取り次ぎとひもかくる時のなく天地の神の恩守りとは吉かきの隔てなし神慈しみはよろずやにあまねく満ちて果てしなく計らいはくすしくて人の思いと及ばざる我ら今月今日やび祭りてひたすらに神の御影をたたえ祭らん神の比例を仰ぎ祭らん喜怒哀礼一度入りInternal prayer, day 12. Spirits of those who have gone before us, you are given the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties faithfully, each according to your span of years. You will be remembered eternally. Your life is love from generation to generation. Honor as the foundation of our society and roots of our families. Through the serious workings of time, you entered the Konko faith. You walk the way of Konko, respecting the will of the divine parent. You have mastered your measure through your faith to take it into the world beyond and live it to your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors. We really act as the essential spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you to stand by us, each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami and help us to fulfill the task as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, and remember this is the way of faith, and hand it down to all
that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us.
Dear Mitama spirits of the late Reverend Haruko Takahashi, deceased family, friends, spirits of the native Hawaiians and beloved house pets that have passed. Good morning to all of you. We have gathered here today at this regular Sunday service in acknowledgement of Kami-sama's blessings and in remembrance of you. We know that you are always watching over us and supporting our well-being and decisions, even more now that you are Mitama spirits. You're the foundation of our existence, which enables us to be able to enjoy blessings today. If it were not for you, we would not be here. We are here today to honor your divine spirit and to pray for your eternal happiness and peace. Whether through a yellow butterfly, a dream, or a gust of wind, may your presence be known to your loved ones as they think about you in their daily prayers. We wish to continue your legacy as an extension of your life and help pass on your core values. As we begin a brand new week, please continue to guide us in everything we do. You are in our hearts always, and we want to thank you again very much for all that you do. Silent prayer. Yo no Wahiawa, Wagai no kami wa ga kami to kokoro tsukushite, tsukimasu ranna kokoro tsukushite, tsukimasu ranna to kimi yo ya no kami tachi yo, umi no kono tame ni ie no hashira wo shizume tate tomai, 初このために世のなりわいを守り助けたまい悪理世の見えぬ境にましませどもに慈しみの御心は映しよに変わらせたまわず先にたまのまさきく先はえたまい不思議たまのくしびに恵みたまいて志は薪の柱の動きなくなりわいは結ぶつなめのゆるびなく真心清らに励み努めしめたまいからやわらぎ相手日にけに浦安く楽しましめたまいついに移しよのことを得て神の御門に参らん時には必ずしも迎え取りたまい慈しみをこむらしめたまわんものと神の実りの絶えなるかしこみかたじけなみみよやの恵みのおぼろげならぬおうれしみ喜び申すことを御心も涼やかにきこしめしたまえと申すアナクシビのみよやのみたまアナクシビのみよやのみたまアナコトのみよやの神アナトトのみよやの神 Ichioi. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us this Sunday service. Wow. I don't know what to say this morning, but this morning I saw a really vivid dream, and people who know me know that my dreams are really vivid. High definition, full color, and it's just so clear. And so the dream I had this morning was about our church Gotaisai, which will be the 13th, Monday, April 13th. And we know that the stay-at-home mandate will still be in effect, and we're not allowed to have our regular church members come to Omairi, right? So not expecting anybody to attend the ceremony. About more than a dozen people show up, actually, in my dream. And they show up for service, about 12 or 15 people. And these people are people who have passed away. And that was really amazing. And after our service is over, you know how we go downstairs into the basement hall to do a onorai fellowship dinner. And I'm standing behind the screen door, and all the people that are here are lined up right behind the screen door. And I said, okay, we gotta do it quickly, because if we don't, the flies are gonna come in. I'm the door controller. So everyone was like, yeah, we're ready. And I swing open the door, and all these 12 to 15 people just come hopping in. All the people. And the very first person that was in line was Noguchi-san, Miss Edith Noguchi. Edith Noguchi-san was there. And also the people that were there was Hirota-san. Hirota-san was there too. And Chino-san. Hirota-san was there. And Suwa-san was there. And Mr. Momotomi-san was there. And Mr. Nakano was there. And yeah, it was so clear. Who else was there? And Mr. Tamashiro. Dennis Tamashiro was there. And they all came hopping in. Well, the other people, I'm sorry I don't remember their faces, but those are the clear faces that I remember in my dream. And then they didn't need any kind of cane or like a walker. They were super healthy and happy and full of smiles. And they said, come on in, hurry, before the flies will come in. And then I shut the door, and I said, you all know about the stay-at-home government mandate, right? And they were like, yeah, we know about it, but don't worry, I'm not gonna send you home. And then we all enjoyed the Onorai fellowship dinner. And in my dream, I didn't realize that there were people who passed away. But after I woke up, I was like, oh man, all those people I saw in my dream have passed away. And even if we're not expecting anybody to come to our Bokai site on April 13th, I know for a fact that they're going to be here in spirit. and they have always been here. They're probably sitting here right now and protecting and guiding and comforting us every moment of our lives. That's what I believe. So that was a really special dream I had this morning. And well, this morning my mom was supposed to go to the Konko Church of Honolulu to attend their Gotaisai, and she was gonna sneak out, but I was like, Okasa, you know you're not supposed to do that, right? And she was like, I have to go. I was like, I know your feeling of wanting to go, like really wanting to go to our parent church Gotaisai, and I know how important it is to you. It is important to all of us, actually. And in 43 years, Okasan, this is a time where it's the first time we're not going to go to attend the Gotaisai of our parent church in the 43 year history, because of the situation. But it's a government mandate and we just can't help it. We just cannot help it. So I told her, Okasa, you cannot go. You mustn't go. I mean, it's a $5,000 fine, possibly with a year in jail. And Okasa was like, Daijobu, it's okay. I was like, no, it's not okay. With my mom, persuasion doesn't work for my mom. I cannot kindly tell her, Okasa, I know you want to go, but you really cannot be going. That will not work for her. Talking like that will not work for her. I have to talk to her in force. And so she finally listened, and so because she couldn't go this morning, my dad, Yano Sensei, who is the head minister of this church, went instead yesterday, and even that is considered unlawful, but he went yesterday to go Almighty to Honolulu Kyokai, brought all of our osonai offerings, and just went to Honolulu church really quickly and came back here again. So their sincerity is amazing. Their belief in Kami-sama. And I asked my my husband, like, why won't my mom ever listen to me? Like 90% of the time I have to listen to her. Yeah, 90% of the time she doesn't listen to me. I just don't understand. And he said, well, maybe because they're older and they think that they know everything. And then I asked Rodney the same question. And Rodney was like, well, it's because faith is all she ever had to rely on Kami-sama, In good times and bad, faith was the only thing that they could rely on, and it's true. They didn't have health insurance until recently, really. People would be like, what? You didn't have health insurance? Yeah, that's crazy. In this day and age, people are so anxious about the future. They don't know what's going to happen in the next minute or hour. But really, they didn't have insurance until like age 65. And I couldn't get it for them. They were always declined. But finally, they were able to get insurance. And I'm really grateful for that. And really, like the next year after that, my dad had to end up in the hospital, and it all worked out. So for all those years, they've been blessed. And they had full trust in Kami-sama. And they have come to this day with that full trust in Kami-sama. And that's why my mom acts the way she does. Well, that's her. That's my mom. I love her. She drives me nuts sometimes, but I love her. Well, I want to also talk about how our founder, Konko Daijin, was also mandated by the government, to stop all services, or stop all church functions over Chidamai. So he had to take down all the altar fixtures and everything. He had to take down his otodoke, and he had to just pretty much remain in his house. He couldn't see people. Even if people came with requests, they couldn't see him to seek mediation. Yet he continued to practice faith. He didn't lose his faith to Kami-sama. He always, even to like a blank wall, the founder Konko Daijin continued to pray to Kami-sama and believed that things will work out. And he had a revelation that in 5 years' time, things will get back to normal. And it was during this time of the government's mandate for the founder to remain in his quarters that the founder got a revelation from Kami-sama of the Tenchi Kakisuke, the divine reminder. Ikiam Konko Raji Teshika no Kamishi ni Negai Okage wa waga kokoro ni ari komitsu koichi tanami. Well, that's really like a key teaching in Konko Kyo. But if it wasn't for his government mandate, I don't think it would have came about, this prayer. So for everything that does occur, good or bad, favorable or unfavorable, it all has meaning. And whatever that happened in the past, if it didn't happen, things would not be the way it is right now. Whether it was a bad relationship in the past, if you didn't have that, you wouldn't be in the current situation you are today. So everything has meaning. Just continue to look forward to the future with positive expectations. So during this time that Konko Daijin was told to not spread the faith to people, he got a revelation from Kami-sama also to always be on good terms with his family and use respectful words. And that's really important in these really hard times right now. Well, for me, it's not a hard time. I'm really enjoying the time of my life, actually. But, some people are really scared to death of what's going to happen in the future. People actually lost their jobs, and people are actually dying from this COVID-19. So we don't know what the future will hold. But in anything, we have to remain vigilant and continue to practice faith. Don't lose Kami-sama. Always keep Kami-sama in your heart, and things will work out for the better. So in the meantime, maybe it'll be several more months or years. Who knows? We just don't know what is going to happen with the situation. But let's all keep calm and continue to practice faith. Be kind within your own family. Trust in Kami-sama and follow the law. And let's pray for this thing to be over before this year is over. Thank you so much. And today, we still have Rodney Sensei here in Hawaii. So I want to use this opportunity to have him speak to all of you also. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Wahiawa Church's live stream on Facebook. And so today, what I've been noticing on the news, on the media, on various Facebook posts, there's a lot of bad attitudes going around. I hear a lot of discrimination going on, even in places like San Francisco, where it's very diverse. I hear a lot of arguments going on. I hear domestic violence going on. There's all kinds of things going on now, especially because now we're forced to be placed in close quarters, even though we're supposed to be social distancing. But within your own family, within your own community or close-knit part, we're in close quarters with them. And during this time, our personalities may come up, our deeper things that we try to control come up, because the more you spend time with somebody, the more you can know them, the real them. But what I realized is that oftentimes a lot of these incidents of anger, frustration, negativity, fear can be controlled in a way. And what I mean by that is because we can control how we react to a situation. We can always control that. It's doable. even though it might feel like we have no control over it, but there is a way to control it. And one way that I do, because of course I'm human too, I have all the spectrum of different emotions that everyone else has too, but I control a lot of it. I learned to control a lot of it. And I remember my wife and her coworker told her that no matter what happens to you, because you can't control another person, you can only control how you react to it. You know, if someone's really mad at you, you can control it by not getting mad. Or you could, I guess you can control the situation by, not by getting mad back at them or being irritated back at them. Start off with a calm response. Start off with a calm response. I remember my mom telling me, like, kind of like a 3 strikes kind of thing. And so, don't automatically go to level 10. Start off at level 1 response and see how that goes. If that doesn't work out, oh, maybe ramp it up just a bit. And a 3rd time, just a bit. You still don't get it? Okay, then level 10. But, and so, it's like that. I remember that's how my childhood was. But, it's that kind of gradual ramping up, or not ramping up, but more a gradual control over your emotions, over how we react to things. Oftentimes we automatically go to our default, especially if we're in close quarters, especially if there's no buffer of time in between. Because a lot of people go to work and come back from work tired, but now people aren't going to work, or not much people are going to work, so they have a lot of energy. What are we going to do with this energy? Let's get mad at people. Let's start fearing, and let's start being racist. You start being ignorant. There's a lot of racist ignorance out there. There's a lot of fear mongering going out there too. Because people, we need to take the time to think a little bit and understand that just because this person looks a certain way, just because someone might be coughing, doesn't mean they have it. We gotta take our time. I was about to say, take a deep breath. You know, that might be risky. If you have a mask on, it might be better to do so. But if you're alone and you need to control your feelings or you need to control your emotions, sometimes separating yourself from a situation that could potentially cause anger or irritation, separation works pretty good. So the social distancing thing is pretty good. So once you separate yourself, try taking a deep breath. One thing that I do sometimes is you're supposed to tighten your shoulders. Just tighten your whole back and then just melt away. Do that like 3 or 4 times with a deep breath and you'll feel a little better. I'm sure you'll feel better because your brain has oxygen. You're not holding your breath in anger or frustration anymore. So I hope everyone here today can think about that. Think about that. The main takeaway is I want people to realize that our attitudes throughout this whole thing, we're all in it together. We can't be fighting, we can't be arguing, we can't be having this negative attitude just because we're having a bad day or a bad moment. What's really important is to think about us as a whole. Within this faith, there's a concept called ayo kakeo, which means pretty much long ago, they used to carry heavy loads with 2 people on a stick. So there'd be 2 people here, a heavy load here, and a stick carrying that heavy load. If one person is not doing their part, you can't carry that heavy load. You can't. And that's how it is with our interdependent relationship. We rely on everyone to do their part. And we can't do their part if someone's not trying, not even trying. By going back to the default, there's just naturally, there will be a lot of things based on our experiences of the past, based on our history, trauma from various experiences that we have. And so those kind of things do play a part in how we react to a situation or certain individuals. But for this time is not a typical time. And so I really feel that taking that extra discipline to try and curb that automatic default that we might have, to curb that and to think what would make each of us happy. How can I help you to be happy? How can I help you to be happy? How can we help each other out? And so there's a lot of stories of that too. A lot of people donating their time, donating their efforts. People are making masks for everybody. You know, there's like two sides of the spectrum. I hear a lot of discrimination, hate, and violence. And then the other side is about helping each other out. We've got to help each other out because we're in this situation together. And so I hope everyone can, there's a takeaway from that. Think about how we react to various situations. And I'm sure that it'll make life a little bit more peaceful for everyone if we keep ourselves do our part as well. Thank you very much.
Good morning, Wahiawa. Maybe I may have to speak to my two children spoke up. I had idea. I had thought about today's situation. I want to put one passage. The founder gave message to Tokunaga Kenji. Kami-sama knows boundaries very well. Chinese cabbage and buckwheat are grown in this field. And there are many insects in the field above and below it. But in the field, in between, where prayers were given to Kami-sama and sacred water was sprinkled, there are none. In a field, the furrow as the boundary, there will be no insect on the side that you pray to Kami-sama. Don't you think Kami-sama knows boundaries well? Coronavirus may not discriminate anybody. Anybody can get this disease, but according to this message, there can be some discrimination. If we are believe in Kami-sama, Kami-sama can protect us. It's my thoughts. Yeah. And nowadays we say keep social distance, about 6 feet, but try to close the relationship to Kami-sama at this time of emergency. So this is my message to you. Thank you very much. Wahiawa Konko Daishin Tenchi Wahiawa Bishin Wai Wahiawa Kokoro ni Ari Kongetsu Konnichi de Kame Wahiawa Konko Daishin Tenchi Wahiawa Bishin Wai Wahiawa Kokoro ni Ari Kongetsu Konnichi de Kame.
Gorike? Okay, we're now going to read Gorikai, page
page 220.
Number
24.
24, okay. Should I lean it against your
Have
shirt?
patience for 3 years, and for another 3, then 3 more. You will gain much virtue in 10 years. Keep looking forward to the future.
25. Establishing a way of faith is easy for the upper classes, but difficult for the lower classes. Therefore, as lower class people, we need more time. We will establish the faith through Kami-sama's blessings. We must wait till it's time. I was a manual carrier, so people doubt me. But while I keep my patience, I will receive virtue. Konko-sama always said.
Okay, good.
Number 26. Those who are establishing the way of faith should eliminate their immediate desires and gain future virtues. Despite hardship and adversity, be a supporting cane or pillar for others.
27. Those who are establishing the way of faith mustn't get angry when others speak ill of them. Despite the droppings the sparrows and crows make on the shrines, Kami quietly endures. Lose to others now and win in the future. If you take on an opponent, you will only have a 50-50 chance of winning.
28. Always have a heart as if it's just informal food. 29. Konko-sama always advised. They all flee from and avoid congestion. This is wrong. Ask permission and give your request. Then be allowed to do anything.
Hey, thank you. Itadakimasu. Okay, we'll now be singing our songs. I'll just put this back here like this.
It's gonna be quite good. Yeah.
Huh?
笑んで。声が。新人の英語 page 57.
Amen.
With a heart caught up in doubt and worry, I face my life every morning, wanting to shine, but somehow holding back joy and fear, swirling in my heart. Still I know, even when the smallest eye can run into someday and find a shining, shimmering, brilliant light coming from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. When I'm down and ready to surrender, when times are hard and it seems so dark, just knowing each day that I'm never on my own gives me strength and courage to try harder. Holding hands with my friends standing by my side, sweet arms together we will walk to the shining, shimmering, brilliant light, glowing from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high, for we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We are never alone in our lives.
Kista? Kista?
Yami Konko Arai Ichi Kami no Kami Shin ni Wai Wahiawa ga kokoro ni ari Kongetsu konnichi de tanome Yami Konko Arai Ichi Kami no Kami Shin ni Wai Wahiawa ga kokoro ni ari Kongetsu konnichi de tanome.
Thank you for joining us again on Facebook Live. Again, we'll be having our grand service and Monday, April 13th at 6:30 p.m. Hawaii time. So please join us again. Have a good week.
Enjoy it. Hi.
Oh.